My girlfriend screamed, "I need to explore a polyamorous lifestyle with my yoga instructor." I said, "Sure, but it goes both ways." I immediately downloaded Tinder. She came home crying that night because the instructor rejected her, only to find me packing for a date with a model. Original post: I, 29 male, got blindsided last Tuesday evening. My girlfriend, 27, and I have been together for 3 years, living together for the past year and a half. Things were good, or so I thought. She came home from yoga class around 8 p.m., all flushed and energetic. I was on the couch cataloging some new additions to my sneaker collection, a pair of 1985 Jordan 1s I'd just authenticated. Been collecting rare sneakers for about 7 years now. Have about 60 pairs worth roughly $180 total. It's my thing. She sat down next to me, took a deep breath, and just went for it. "I need to talk to you about something important. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and I think I need to explore a polyamorous lifestyle." I looked up from the Jordans. "What?" "Polyamory. Having multiple romantic partners. I've been learning a lot about it, and I think it's what I need right now to grow as a person." "Okay, and this came from where exactly?" Her face got redder. "My yoga instructor has been teaching me about different relationship structures. He's poly, and he's so emotionally evolved. He says monogamy is a societal construct that limits human potential." There it was, her yoga instructor. So you want to date your yoga instructor. It's not just about him. It's about exploring connections, about not being confined by outdated relationship models. I sat back, processed for a minute. And if I say no, then I need to know if this relationship can give me the freedom I need to become my authentic self. Classic ultimatum wrapped in therapy speak. Here's the thing, I'm not a fighter, I'm a problem solver. And in that moment, I solved the problem. "Okay," I said. She blinked. "Okay?" "Yeah, polyamory, you're right, it should go both ways. You explore your connections, I'll explore mine. Fair's fair." "Oh, I didn't think you'd be so open-minded about this." "Why wouldn't I be? You want freedom, you got it. I want the same." She looked slightly thrown but tried to rally. "This is so mature of you. See, this is why I love you. You understand growth." "Totally. When's your first date with the yoga instructor?" "We haven't planned anything yet, but probably this weekend." "Cool. I'm gonna start setting up my profiles then." I pulled out my phone and downloaded Tinder right there. Then Bumble. Then Hinge. Her smile faltered. "Wait, you're doing it right now?" "Why not? You said you wanted to start this weekend. I should get a head start, find some matches. I just thought we'd talk more about boundaries first." "Boundaries? You just said monogamy is a societal construct. What boundaries?" She got flustered. "Like, we should still prioritize each other. You can't just go crazy with this." "But you can. It's different. I have a specific connection with my instructor. You're just going to swipe on random people. So I should wait around while you date your yoga instructor, and I'm not allowed to date anyone unless I have a specific connection. First, that's not polyamory, that's you cheating with permission." Her face went from red to purple. "You're being difficult." "I'm being logical. You opened the relationship. It's open, for both of us." I went back to my phone and started setting up my Tinder profile. Used a recent photo where I'm holding a pair of off-white Jordan 1s. Women love a man with hobbies and financial stability, apparently. She stomped off to the bedroom. By the time I went to bed around midnight, I had 63 matches. Took about 90 minutes. Turned out being decent looking with a stable income and interesting photos of rare sneakers is pretty appealing. I didn't rub it in, just quietly responded to a few messages before sleeping. The next morning, she was at the kitchen table looking at her phone with a weird expression. "How'd the polyamory prep go?" I asked, pouring coffee. "Fine," she said shortly. "Get any matches?" "I'm not on dating apps. My instructor and I are building something organic." "Cool. I've got a coffee date today at 2 p.m., then drinks tomorrow with someone else." She nearly dropped her phone. "Already?" "Yeah, turns out people are pretty responsive. Both seem nice. The coffee date works in tech. The drinks one is actually a part-time model. Does some Instagram influencer stuff." "A model?" "Yeah, she thinks my sneaker collection is cool, wants to see it." My girlfriend's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "I thought you'd be happy," I said. "This is what you wanted, right? For both of us to explore?" Yes, I just didn't think you'd find someone so fast. Why not? I'm a good catch. You said so yourself last week. She didn't have a response to that. I went on my coffee date. It went well. The woman was interesting, funny, understood the sneaker thing. We planned to meet again. I came home around 5 p.m. My girlfriend was still in her yoga clothes. How was class? I asked. I didn't go. Oh, everything okay? I tried to talk to my instructor about us starting to date. He said he's not interested in me that way. I paused. Wait, what? He said he thinks of me as a student and it wouldn't be appropriate. That all the polyamory stuff was just him sharing his lifestyle philosophies, not hitting on me. Oh man. So, you wanted to open our relationship for a guy who doesn't actually want to date you? Her eyes started watering. I thought we had a connection. He's always so attentive in class, and we talk after sessions. That's literally his job. He's a yoga instructor being nice to a paying client. You don't understand. We have deep conversations. About downward dog? She started crying for real. This is all wrong. I don't want polyamory anymore. Can we just go back to normal? Can't really unring that bell. You wanted an open relationship, it's open. But I made a mistake. He doesn't want me. That's not my problem. You're the one who wanted this. You're being cruel. I'm being fair. You wanted to explore other connections. I'm doing the same. You don't get to call it off just because your instructor isn't interested. So you're really going on that date tomorrow? With the model? Yep. Got a reservation at that new Italian place downtown. Should be fun. She looked at me with red, puffy eyes. You're doing this to punish me. I'm doing this because my girlfriend told me she wanted an open relationship and I agreed. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to pick an outfit. Thinking about wearing my Union Jordan 4s really makes the whole look pop. I went to the bedroom to pack an overnight bag. The model had mentioned she lived alone in a nice apartment and maybe I'd want to stay over after dinner. My girlfriend followed me, watching me pack. You're seriously staying over at her place? That's kind of how dating works. After one coffee date? Different date. The model is tomorrow. Coffee date is Thursday again. You're seeing two people? Well, yeah. Polyamory, remember? Freedom to explore connections? Not being confined by societal constructs? She sat on the bed, crying harder. I didn't think you'd actually do this. What did you think? That I'd just wait around while you tried to bang your yoga instructor? Don't say it like that. That's literally what this was. You wanted permission to cheat. It backfired. Now you're upset. I'm actually using the open relationship you demanded. I want to close it again. I made a mistake. Please. Nope. You made your choice. I'm living my life now. I finished packing and left her crying on the bed. Update 1. 5 days later. The date with the model went incredibly well, like surprisingly well. We clicked immediately, had amazing conversation over dinner, went back to her place and, yeah, she's cool. Really into the sneaker culture too, which is rare. Asked intelligent questions about authentication and market trends. We've been seeing each other pretty much every day since. She came over yesterday to see my collection. My girlfriend was home. The look on my girlfriend's face when I introduced them was priceless. This is the model I told you about. She's checking out the collection. My girlfriend was in sweatpants, hadn't showered, clearly been crying recently. The model was in designer jeans and a crop top, looked like she walked off a photo shoot. Nice to meet you, the model said cheerfully. He's told me so much about the collection. I've been wanting to see those Travis Scott Jordan 1s in person. We went to my dedicated sneaker room, converted the second bedroom into climate-controlled storage with proper display cases. The model was genuinely impressed. My girlfriend hovered in the doorway looking miserable. These must be worth a fortune, the model said. About $180 total. Been collecting for 7 years. That pair of Chicago 1s from 1985 is worth about $8 alone. That's amazing. You're so passionate about this. We spent 2 hours going through the collection. My girlfriend disappeared to the bedroom at some point. After the model left, with plans to see each other again tomorrow, I found my girlfriend crying in bed. How could you bring her here, she sobbed. She wanted to see the collection. It's my apartment too. You're rubbing it in my face. I'm living my life. You wanted this. You said you needed freedom to explore. But you're falling for her, I can tell. Maybe I am. That's allowed in polyamory, right? Multiple connections? Not like this. You're supposed to still love me most. Oh, so there are rules? Funny, you didn't mention those when you were trying to screw your yoga instructor. She threw a pillow at me. Stop saying it like that. That's what it was. You wanted to cheat guilt-free. It didn't work out. Now you're mad I found someone who actually likes me. She doesn't really like you. She likes your money, your sneakers. Weird, because she makes more than me. She's an actual model with sponsorships. But sure, tell yourself she's a gold digger if it helps you sleep. The next few days were rough. My girlfriend started trying different tactics. Tactic 1, the guilt trip. Her mom called me. What are you doing to my daughter? She's devastated. She asked for an open relationship. I agreed. She made a mistake. Can't you forgive her? There's nothing to forgive. She wanted polyamory. We're poly now. You're being vindictive. I'm being consistent. She set the rules. I'm following them. Her mom called me heartless and hung up. Tactic 2, the negotiation. What if we set boundaries? My girlfriend asked. Like you can date but no sleepovers? Nah. Please, we need some structure. You wanted freedom from structure. You got it. What if I'm uncomfortable with you seeing her so much? Then be uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable when you wanted to sleep with your instructor, but you didn't care. That's different. How? She couldn't answer. Tactic 3, the sabotage. I came home Thursday to find she'd rearranged my sneaker room. Not damaged anything, just moved stuff around. What the hell did you do? I was cleaning. You're always so obsessive about those stupid shoes. Don't touch my collection. Ever. They're just sneakers. Why do you care more about them than me? Because the sneakers don't demand I open my relationship then cry when I do. She started sobbing again. This was becoming a pattern. Tactic 4, the ultimatum. Friday night, she cornered me as I was getting ready for another date. I can't do this anymore. Either we close the relationship right now or I'm leaving. I stopped mid-shirt button. Okay. Okay, what? Okay, leave if you want, but the relationship stays open as long as we're together. You'd rather lose me than stop seeing her? You'd rather lose me than not sleep with your yoga instructor. Didn't work out, did it? That's not fair. I admitted I was wrong. You admitted your plan failed. That's not the same as being wrong about wanting to cheat. I wasn't trying to cheat. You literally asked permission to date another man. That's cheating with paperwork. She grabbed my arm. Please, I'm begging you. Let's go back to how things were. I removed her hand gently. Can't. You changed things. This is how they are now. You're enjoying this, watching me suffer. I'm enjoying dating someone who doesn't make me feel like a backup plan. I finished getting ready and left. She was crying on the couch. The model and I went to a sneaker convention that weekend. Had an amazing time. She helped me negotiate for a pair of vintage Air Max 97s. We're good together. When I got back Sunday evening, my girlfriend's stuff was gone from the bathroom. Most of her clothes were still in the closet though. Found her at her parents' house per her Instagram story. She'd posted something about toxic relationships and narcissists. My phone buzzed with messages from mutual friends. Dude, what's going on? She says you're abusing her. Did you really cheat on her? I sent them all the same screenshot. The text conversation where she demanded polyamory, and my response agreeing to it. She asked for an open relationship. I said yes. She changed her mind when her yoga instructor rejected her. I didn't. That's the whole story. Most of them went quiet after that. A few blocked me. Her closer friends who believed her version without asking? Whatever. Not my problem. Update 2. 2 weeks later, things escalated. Of course they did. My girlfriend moved back in after 3 days at her parents'. Said she needed time to process, but we should talk about the future. I was clear. If you're here, we're in an open relationship. If you can't handle that, live somewhere else. She stayed. But she ramped up the manipulation. She started demanding money. You're spending so much on dates. I need money too. You have a job. I'm entitled to half of everything. We're in a relationship. Then get your own dates to buy you dinner. That's not the same. Sure it is. Polyamory means you date people too. Go for it. She actually downloaded Bumble. Got a few matches. Went on exactly one date that lasted 45 minutes before the guy bounced. She came home furious. Dating is horrible. Men are trash. You literally wanted to date men 2 weeks ago. That was different. That was a connection. With a guy who wasn't interested, how'd your date go? He was boring and cheap, took me to Olive Garden, and my date took me and the model to that new rooftop bar. Had a great time. She gets along with my friends too. My girlfriend looked like she wanted to throw something. She tried to claim ownership of some of my sneakers. I helped you buy those fear of God ones. They're partially mine. I pulled out my spreadsheet. Yeah, I keep detailed records of every purchase. You gave me $50 toward them 2 years ago as a Christmas gift. They cost $800 at retail. I have the receipt. I should still get them in a breakup. We're not broken up. We're poly, remember? And no, you don't get my sneakers. You care more about shoes than me. Starting to, yeah. This one was low. She claimed she was pregnant. We need to close the relationship immediately. I'm carrying your child. When did we last have sex? She paused. 3 weeks ago. So before you demanded polyamory, take a test. I did. It's positive. Show me. I threw it away. Take another one. I'll watch. Her face went red. You don't trust me? Correct. Take another test or stop lying. She refused. The pregnancy was never mentioned again. This is where she crossed a serious line. I came home from work Thursday to find my sneaker room open. Not just open, ransacked. Boxes everywhere, shoes on the floor, my display cases messed up. What the hell did you do? She was on the couch, fake calm. I was looking for something. In my sneaker room? In my locked cases? They're not locked anymore. I know where you hide the keys. My heart was pounding. Did you damage anything? No. But I could have. Maybe then you'd pay attention to me instead of those stupid shoes and that stupid model. I checked everything. 3 hours of careful inspection. Nothing damaged, but the threat was clear. Called my buddy who's a lawyer. Can I do anything about this? Legally, not unless she damaged something. But document it. Take photos. If this escalates, you'll want evidence. I took photos of everything. Changed the locks on the sneaker room. Got a proper deadbolt she couldn't pick. She noticed immediately. You locked me out? You threatened my property. You don't get access anymore. Those are just shoes. Those shoes are worth $180. That's my retirement fund, my safety net. You don't get to threaten them because you're jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm hurt. You're replacing me. You asked me to. You demanded an open relationship. I'm in one. You don't like it because you're not the one with options. My girlfriend actually tried to confront the model at her place. Found her address somehow and showed up. The model called me laughing. Your girlfriend just showed up crying and begging me to stop seeing you. It was wild. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Don't be. I told her you and I are both adults making choices. She called me a homewrecker. I reminded her she's the one who opened the relationship. How'd she take that? Started crying harder and left. Is she always this dramatic? Apparently. You okay? I'm fine, but is this gonna be a thing? Because I'm into you, but not if I'm getting stalked. Fair concern. I'll handle it. Came home ready for war. My girlfriend was waiting. You told her about me trying to sleep with my instructor. She asked why we opened the relationship. I told her the truth. You humiliated me. You humiliated yourself by showing up at her apartment. What were you thinking? I wanted her to understand she's ruining a relationship. She's not ruining anything. You already did that. I made one mistake. You demanded polyamory. That's not a mistake, that's a choice. You made it. Now live with it. The parents join in. Both her parents showed up at my apartment Sunday morning. I was hungover from a party the model threw the night before. We need to talk about our daughter, her dad said. Okay, talk. Her mom jumped in. You're destroying her. She's depressed. She barely eats. This has to stop. What has to stop? This open relationship nonsense. You're seeing other people to hurt her. She asked for an open relationship. I agreed. Simple as that. Her dad frowned. She told us you demanded it. I pulled out my phone, showed them the text chain. Her mom's face changed. She said you wanted polyamory. She lied. She wanted to sleep with her yoga instructor. He rejected her. Now she wants to pretend it never happened. Her dad looked uncomfortable. Still, you're making this worse by actually dating people. So I should sit around while she figures out if she wants me? Nah. You're being spiteful. I'm being rational. She changed our relationship. I adapted. If she can't handle it, she can leave. Her mom got teary. Don't you love her anymore? I love the person who didn't try to cheat on me. I don't know who this is. They left looking defeated. Final update, 1 month later. Things reached a breaking point last week. My girlfriend finally moved out, properly this time. Her dad helped her load boxes while shooting me dirty looks. The sneakers stay, I said when I saw her eyeing the room. They're not all yours. I handed her dad my spreadsheet. Every purchase is documented, receipts attached. Nothing here was bought with her money except that one $50 contribution 2 years ago, which was a gift. He reviewed it, sighed. He's right, let's just go. She tried one last manipulation. Fine, but I'm telling everyone what you did to me, how you cheated and gaslit me and abused me. Go ahead. I have screenshots of you demanding polyamory, your texts with your yoga instructor, talking about exploring connections. Your friends already know the truth because I showed them. You're going to regret this. I regret dating someone who thinks love means being a backup plan. She left. Finally, the apartment felt lighter immediately. But it wasn't over. She went nuclear on social media. Posted a long story about narcissistic abuse and financial manipulation and how I isolated her from friends and controlled her with material possessions. The comments were mixed. People who knew her believed her. People who knew me called bullshit. I posted once, just once, the screenshot of her text demanding polyamory, with my response agreeing to it, and her later texts begging to close the relationship. Caption: opening relationships has consequences for everyone involved. Her narrative fell apart fast. Friends who'd been defending her went quiet. Her mom actually called to apologize. I didn't know she'd lied about who wanted the open relationship. I'm sorry we blamed you. Appreciated. Are you still with that model? Yeah, we're good together. Does she know about the sneakers? She helped me acquire a rare pair last week, authenticated and everything. Oh, well, good luck. But the best part? The yoga instructor. He reached out via Instagram. Hey man, I heard about everything. Just want to be clear. I never led her on. She misread my professional friendliness as interest. I teach yoga. I'm friendly to everyone. I'm also gay. Been with my husband for 5 years. I laughed so hard I cried. Dude, she blew up a 3-year relationship over a gay yoga instructor who was never interested. Yeah, sorry about that. She seemed cool in class but clearly had some stuff going on. Not your fault. Thanks for reaching out. So there it is. My ex-girlfriend destroyed our relationship chasing a fantasy with a gay yoga instructor who was just being professionally nice. I adapted, found someone who actually values me, and kept my sneaker collection intact. The model and I are still together. She's cool, respects my hobbies, doesn't demand I open the relationship when she meets someone she thinks is hot. Revolutionary concept. My ex is living with her parents, blocked on all my socials, and apparently telling anyone who will listen that I'm a monster. Her friends who know the truth aren't buying it anymore. I sold 1 pair of sneakers last week, those fear of God ones she tried to claim. Got $1,200 for them. Used the money to take the model to a fancy resort for a weekend. We had a great time. Life's good. The sneaker collection is secure in a locked room. My relationship is with someone who chose me first, not as a backup plan when her real target rejected her. And I learned something important. When someone asks you to open the relationship, they're really asking permission to cheat on you with a specific person already in mind. If you say yes, they assume you'll wait around sadly while they explore. Turns out I had options too. I just never needed to use them until she forced my hand. Best decision I made was calling her bluff. She wanted freedom to chase a fantasy. I gave her freedom and built something real with someone else. She destroyed what we had for a yoga instructor who was never interested. I moved on with someone who appreciates limited edition Jordans as much as I do. Think I won that trade. The sneaker collection, by the way, is now worth about $195,000. Market's been good. Added some pieces, building something stable, kind of like my new relationship. No regrets, none at all.